Bonjour à tous, hello everyone, welcome back to Mount Mac. This is Mac Plays on Mac, and we are now entering episode 10. So this episode is going to be pretty busy. We are going to jump straight into it. Just as a quick reminder, last week we added the German pack into our build. A lot of new assets. City got bigger, we increased the gig, and we also added some beach right there. I'm actually extending right now the beach as we're talking about. I'm getting more sandy area. I'm working on some multiple kind of shade of sand. We're also adding palm trees and some sand / grass area. Anyway, you're gonna see this is not gonna be perfect at all. Still a lot of details need to be put down to it. I just wanted to have the bare bones to see where our beach is gonna stand and how big it's gonna be. I'm actually thinking about having some beach road access where the car can park onto the beach over there right here, and you're gonna see, but that's gonna be developed in a couple episodes or maybe next episode, but just not today, not right now. Which reminds me that today's episode actually was not released on schedule. We are a day and a half behind schedule. I'm very sorry about this. I did not add enough content at the end of the video, so I just wanted to shoot more content, and which actually is kind of a lucky break, because you're gonna see at the end of this video we are actually gonna have some UK content that I'm gonna add to the build. So little spoiler alert, but anyway, let me explain to you what we're doing right now. So we are actually starting where we finish off the last episode. I did this little area where we have the most expensive houses of the neighborhood, and I was thinking, well, that's actually an area where we could add more development, more housing. So I'm thinking about extending the road. We're gonna go all the way here. I'm trying to look at all of the area where there is enough room to put a couple houses, where it's worth actually to make the investment for the city to create road, and where the developer will be happy to have some houses, or they see that it fits. So you can see I'm trying to add a couple houses all around here. We're gonna rework on all of this after, but right now I'm just trying to see the general layout of the area. So we're working in a mountain environment. There is not much room for houses, and that's why I'm using only assets that are pretty small. You're not going to see giant asset over here. I'm trying to cramp as much as I can. That's why I'm moving the road right now with Move It. Just try to make sure to make enough room between the two roads over here, and I'm gonna do a couple more. I'm gonna level this area, and we're even gonna put a retaining wall over here, and actually I want to add another part right there. So therefore we're gonna create this road so I can actually go all the way, and we're gonna delete it. So the thing is that whole neighborhood development we just built is a cul-de-sac. I don't like this, so I'm trying to get away to have another road exiting and going all the way back to the main road. And therefore I think actually if we go this way, we're going to be able to create a lot of new housing development. It will actually make sense financially and for the community as well. So that will be a great idea. We're gonna make sure that everything is sloped very well, so we don't have a lot of different terrain issues. And I'm also trying to soften the terrain over here, so I can actually build a couple houses, a couple big ones and some smaller ones. We're also gonna custom make a bit out of the houses. You're gonna see that I'm gonna modify them to make them all fit, blend better together maybe, because right now I'm using mostly the beachfront or waterfront property pack, and they are very rigid on their edges. Most of them, or all of them actually, have a wall all around it. So my idea is, let's get rid of this and let's actually make the lot be fitting better together, particularly the one who are like very close from each other and have weird angles. I think it fits much better like this. You tell me what you think about it. So my idea behind this rock wall over there was to make like actually I wanted like a smaller thing, a smaller wall, but I wanted something unique, and I kind of like it. I didn't know if I should go all around, so I just stopped right there. It must be a very expensive thing to do for them. And then I just went with some bushes around just to demarcate the terrain, the lot size better. And also it looks very empty, so we're just gonna add a few trees. We are by the coast, so why not some palm trees? And while we're at it, we're gonna do also this house over here, which we're actually gonna use some kind of edging but in a pot, and I'm gonna go all around the house just like this. Again, far from perfect, but we're just gonna add some couple trees. This is bare bones in terms of detailing. I just want to see if I like it first off. And then we're also moving the grass. We're gonna do the same here. I'm actually gonna change the ways all of the houses are connected right now, and let's just make sure we have boundaries between the houses. This one I'm actually gonna use another bush edges, and on this one we're gonna add trees, and I'm gonna use a fence on this one just like this. And honestly, it's crazy how just getting rid of this outer wall in some of the area like this makes the houses fit so much better in their environment. Like here, like I'm just gonna make a different custom fence. I'm gonna change all of the grass, and boom, it fits so much better than before. I'm not saying that I don't like actually when they have their wall and their walls included in the houses, but in a lot like this, it is so much better just like this. And here we're gonna add some grass, beautiful patch grass. Also, I wanted to connect the top and the bottom with gravel path, and since I don't have one, I'm just gonna subscribe to it on the road tool mode, and just like this we're gonna snake our way all the way. So for whatever reason I lost the footage, but I can tell you, we're gonna see it later, I actually made it all the way up there. Now here, let's add that extra connection I was talking about, just to create another point access to the main road. And also I wanted to use this as a way down. So as you can see, I'm sloping everywhere, I'm taking different measurements, and I'm making sure that the grade is not crazy outrageous. And we are just going to connect all of these different road segments to make sure that we have a smooth way down. And with the magic of Move It, we are going to be able to make all of this connection, all of these angles better. I do love how much freedom, liberty the new Move It in City Skyline 2 gives you. Now yes, there is still a few things that I'm missing, like slope, you know, like all of the different node, or have all of the node aligned, all of these kind of things, but I'm really hopeful that's gonna come down the road. Now let's flatten a bit this area so we have some constructible places, buildable places, and we are gonna go as close as possible from the edge of the mountain and reserve all of this area for some suitable development. Now I want to create a key wall on the outside of the coastline just like this. I tried a couple roads. I was thinking at first getting a parking lane road, but I was thinking that an actually pedestrian walkway was better suited for this amazing real estate space. I then put a parking lot over here to make sure that the cars that come down here can have a place to park. We're also gonna have some decent park area, and now I'm just discovering some of the assets that we have with the new German pack asset, and I was trying to see what can suit the best here. So it's taken me a while to realize everything that we have. We have so many new assets, not everything is gonna fit, so as you can see, I'm just looking around and see what is this, what is that, don't really like this, and then I found this one over here. I'm like, huh, I kind of like that, let's get rid of this and let's see if it will fit. And actually I do like it a lot. So what I don't like is this wall over here, and I'm actually gonna put a couple buildings like there. I'm gonna slab them together, put them together just like that. I'm gonna add more here and an extra one a bit slanted like this. perfect. And here I have a very nice building, everything fits together very well. Now what I still don't like are those big giant water walls, and I'm gonna use the sec technique as I used before for this, but I'll get back to that in just a second. Let's make sure we have a connection right here. It's beautiful, and we're gonna create another building like this. I'm gonna slap some other buildings with the same roof to make it look like cohesion. I know that the windows are not really the same, but I still think that it creates a bit of a cohesion, and I think that's too small, so I'm adding an extra building right there and one more here. Now let's make sure that the color match, because even if in the French pack we cannot do that, here actually with recolor tool we can change some of the color. Now not everything can be changed, but at least some of them. So let's make sure all of the color are matching together. And now that we have a cohesive block, let's do that window trick that I did in the past. And it doesn't look perfect from very close. I mean, I'm doing that in a very sloppy way. It's not very aligned, you know, the spacing is a bit off. But when you look at it from far after, you're gonna see it actually looks very, very cool, and I'm very happy about it. Now I just wish that the move it, you know, tool could help me to get everything like spaced in the ideal way, just like we used to be able to do it, but I'm hopeful that it's gonna happen in the future. So yeah, take a look, a quick look. You see how cool it looks? Now we're gonna use that space, that park space, to actually build a pool area for that complex we just built. I'm gonna add some changing room over here, and we're gonna make sure that I have some privacy with a fence first off, and then we're gonna add a high tall edge on the side of it, so they have a full privacy. I want also some more of patio feel, patio vibe, so we're gonna add some shading area, and also as soon as I put my edge, I'm also gonna add a wood deck. Now if you made it all the way here, I have a question for you. What do you think? I am looking into a new Mac right now because this game is using a lot of resources, and having to use parallel, I cannot use the full potential of my computer because I have only 32 gigs of RAM shared between my Mac and the parallel Windows desktop. So I'm thinking about getting a new computer, and Apple just dropped a week or two ago, actually it was more than that, time flies, their new processors, the M4s, and with that their M4 Max and M4 Pro, and I'm very excited about it and very happy. So I was thinking about what should I get, and the new M4 Max 16 inches laptop are very, very expensive. It's actually crazy how expensive they are. For example, like the one I have right now, the M1 Max fully spec'd with 32 gigs of RAM, I paid for it about 3,200 plus taxes. Now if I want the same, or at least the same of in terms of what I ordered, you know, it will be over $4,000. And that's crazy. I don't think I'm gonna be able to spend that much money just to play a game, City Skyline 2, when it will be so much cheaper to play it on just a PC. Even if I like having a Mac and stuff like this, I could just buy on PC. Now my second plan was that M4 Pro Mac Mini is pretty sweet, and if I buy this one, I might be able to get away with some decent specs and only spending $2,000 on it. Yes, I will still keep my laptop because I still need the laptop, but it's still will be much cheaper, and I will have an extra computer. So I'm in between the two right now. Either I'm gonna go with the Mac Mini M4 Pro fully spec'd with 64 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte plus some external storage, or the M4 Max fully spec'd with only with 2 terabytes, and that will be around $4,000 or so. But anyway, enough talking with this. We just built a whole new neighborhood on the hills with a bunch of houses still using the beachfront property or waterfront property, and I also made sure that they have more parking lot all around the way up. I also added some different trees, vegetations to make it feel like more like a cohesive area, and we're gonna add also some pathways to go down so we don't have to go all the way to the road, just like here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I like it. I still think like it's missing something in the center. Like if you're gonna look right there, it kind of look like a dead area, so maybe I'll just add more vegetation, more wild things. I don't know, I feel like I can add something else. I'm still gonna think about it. But hey, yes, this is what it looks right now. I'm opening the game. We are Monday the 25th, and the UK asset pack just got released. So I wanted to play with it for a bit before I uploaded that video, and I am in love with the new assets. I mean, 7 gigs worth of asset, it's crazy. This 3 different region pack right now added so much content to the game. Like we're talking about 7 plus 1 plus 3, that's 11 gigs of assets. I love it, it's crazy. I'm just barely touching the surface of the new UK assets. I just wanted to fill out this space over here, and it's very quick, very random. I have so many assets to look from, but right now I went with these couple buildings, and I do think that it suits pretty well. Although that tall building, I hate that it's here, but I think it does make sense. But anyway, let's take a look at everything we achieved today. Merci encore à tous. Alright everyone, thank you so much for being here on this episode. So many exciting things to play with for next episode. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, but there's so much potential. I can't wait to show it to you. Have a wonderful day. Au revoir. Bye bye.